So hi guys, I'm back today with another video. So this is 3 easy ways to pass a test. Remember I said I was gonna be uploading all night long, and I ain't gonna stop, and I ain't gonna, you know what I mean.
This is a water bottle, and most teachers allow you to use water bottles during a test. So we're going to be using this water bottle to sneak in our notes. First thing we're going to do is get rid of this label, because we're going to create our own label. So it doesn't matter if you tear it up, you won't be needing this label anymore. Alright guys, well I created my own label on my computer using Photoshop. You guys can use other programs such as Paint or Photoshop like I did. And this is what I came up with. It's kind of lame in a way, but it does pass off as a label. All I gotta do is cut it out. So with my scissors, I'm gonna cut it out, and I'm gonna try to do as best of a job as I can with my cut. So I'm gonna fast forward this so that you guys can see how it looks. So here's my label all cut out and ready to get put into use. But before we do that, we're gonna have to make another cutout the same size as this. So I got some paper here, and I'm gonna make a similar cut, and it's gonna be a long strip like this one. So here they are guys, here's the label, and here's a strip of paper that you're gonna use to put in your notes. So the next step is to write your notes on this strip of paper, but the notes have to be able to fit in these little white windows that I've created. And it's only gonna be one, so we gotta make sure that it fits perfectly. So for example, right here I have a square. Well, now within this space I'll be able to put in my notes. So let's say I'm taking a math test and I need some formulas to put in there, then I would put my formulas in there. Or if it was a spelling test, then I would put in some words that I don't remember or are too long to memorize to be able to spell correctly. I'm just gonna write the word notes on here, that way you guys get an idea of how this works. I was able to fit in those letters. So now we're gonna wrap this around the water bottle. Just like this, and of course we'll be using tape to stick it on there. Now this will be able to slide up and down, and we don't want that. We want the notes to stay put. So we'll be using another piece of tape, and we'll make sure that the notes do not move. Just like that. See, now they can't move. They can't slide up or down anymore. And here's where the fun begins. You see these little windows right here? These two white windows? Well, I'm gonna cut out just one of them. And I'm gonna be using my X-Acto knife for that purpose. So let's begin cutting it out. And we don't necessarily have to do the best job at it, because the notes are on a white sheet of paper, so it'll blend in perfectly. Alright, here's our cutout. Perfect. You see? Now we have a window on this side, and this will stay solid. So now, here we have our notes, and now we don't have our notes, because this label will be able to turn. So our next step is to tape the label onto the water bottle. And of course for this we have to use clear tape. Here's the water bottle, and as you guys can see, it says pure water on the label. Your teacher won't suspect a thing because it looks legit. It looks like a real water bottle with a real label on it. Now, let's say you're taking your test, and during the test, let's say you come across a question that you just don't get, you just don't understand, and you'll have to resort to your notes for help. And to do that, pretend like you're gonna take a sip of water, and while you do that, you turn the label, and it'll reveal your notes on the little window, like that. And when your teacher is nearby, all you gotta do is turn it back to its original place. And just like that, guys, you'll be able to use your notes during a test. Up next, we're gonna be using this ruler to help us out during our hard test. So as you guys can see, you'll be needing a ruler for this. Now, to create our notes, you're gonna have to get a blank piece of paper, and what we're gonna do is, we're gonna make our notes the same width as the ruler. So let's do that right now. Look at all that space we're gonna have to put our notes on. That is a lot of space. So I'm gonna make this cut out really quickly. It's super thin, but you guys will be able to put in a lot of info on this strip of paper. So what I'm gonna write on here is my math notes for Mr. H's class. Just as an example, of course, you guys will be putting your notes on here, such as math formulas or other stuff that you need for your class. So we're going to take this and we're going to tape it onto a ruler, just like that. Perfect, guys. Look at that. We have our note stick. I guess you guys could call it that, a note stick. Now, the way we're going to sneak this into class is we're going to need to use our table for that. So if you have one of these desks, it could work. And if you have one of these, it also works. So in the bottom of our desk, we're going to be creating a pocket with the rest of the sheet of paper that we just used for our cutout. So we're going to put this underneath our desk to make a pocket. And of course, again, we'll be using some tape. Of course, I'm using like the wrong table for this, but it still works on here. So for your school desks, it'll work perfectly. Now, as you guys can see, I've taped a piece of paper underneath the desk or table, and this is a pocket that we're creating because we're gonna slide in our note stick just like this. It'll slide in. Alright guys, so now it's time to take the test, and as you guys can see, the note stick sticks out just a little bit, but it's not noticeable from a higher angle. Alright, well, it's test time, guys. There's a test. It's really hard,
to get my words mixed up. I went swimming today.
So you're doing your test, and you come across this math question, this really hard one that you need the formula for, and you don't remember it. So you're gonna resort to your notes for help.
I'm surprised I was even able to stay up to 1 a.m. because I went swimming. But Cody, if you don't believe me, ask the Cody. He was there.
Just slide it back in.
I can still see it.
And again. Then you slide it back in, just like that. Nobody will suspect a thing. And if you guys need to sneak in more notes into class, you can use the back as well. And when you're done with that side, you flip it over. Now you'll be able to pass your test super easy. Perfect. And here's another way that you can use a water bottle to help you out during a test. So, like I said, some teachers will allow you to have water bottles during a test, and that is perfect. So right here, I have a water bottle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a trick I used many years ago. I actually made a video of it. We're going to take a piece of paper, we're going to take the water bottle, and we're going to draw out the circle. We're going to trace a circle on this piece of paper. So let's do that right now. And here's my circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And now within the circle, I'm able to put in my notes. The most important notes that I'll need for my test.
Guys, after this video, I'll upload a lot tomorrow.
Just to give you an idea
of
how you can use this
a lot tomorrow.
Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to cut it out. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out the circle. And here's my circle. Now, it's not the best looking circle, like I said. It actually looks pretty bad, but it'll do. So I have my notes right here, and I'm going to put this underneath my water bottle, like so. And I'm just going to take one strip of tape and connect both together. Here's what it looks like, guys. That is perfect. So we're going to put this, we're going to lay it on the table like so. You can't really tell your notes are underneath, right? So I'm going to clear this up right now. So now during your really hard test, you're doing everything right until you get to that one question that you just don't know the answer to, but you remember that you have it underneath your water bottle. So what you're going to do is...
Why does it say water bottle is loud?
Slightly like this, kind of tilt it.
He could just tilt that to the class.
And it will reveal your notes. So whatever it is that you need, it'll be underneath your water bottle. Just like that. And then you get the info you need, and then you continue on with your test. Now, let's say your teacher kind of suspects a thing and tells you to lift up your water bottle. Well, you're going to lift it up from the other side, like this. See? There's nothing underneath. There's nothing, but then you lift it up from this side. There are your notes. Nothing underneath. Again, here are your notes. Then when your teacher comes over and asks you what's underneath your water bottle, nothing. Look, nothing underneath. That's how you get away with it. And those were 3 simple ways that you guys can use your notes during a hard test. But it's always best to memorize everything, that way you learn more. Well, I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out this video, and I wanted to let you guys know that in one of my upcoming videos, I'm going to be showing you guys 5 more ways on how to sneak food into...
Bye guys, I'll see you on the next video.